Ladies and gentlemen, welcome and take please your seats because we are about to begin in a few moments. Dear colleagues, dear guests, dear experts, Mr. Minister, ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the International Clinical Trials Days 2026 here in Prague. My name is Martin Tiburec and it's my great honor to serve as your moderator for this conference. And it's also my great pleasure to welcome you on behalf of ECRIN and CZECRIN. Today's conference brings together researchers, healthcare professionals, regulators, patient representatives, policymakers and international organizations to discuss one of the most rapidly evolving areas of modern medicine, advanced therapy medical products in the context of clinical research. Today, without borders. It will focus not only on the research and innovation itself. We will also discuss regulatory, ethical, and organizational challenges that are associated with multinational clinical trials and cross-border cooperation. We are honored to welcome here experts from across Europe and beyond. And we hope today's discussions will contribute to better collaboration and perspectives in clinical research. But without further ado, we would like now call upon Mr. Adam Vojtěch, Minister of Health of the Czech Republic, to deliver the opening remarks. Mr. Minister, we are pleased to welcome you to the stage.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, distinguished representatives of ECRIN and CZECRIN, esteemed guests, colleagues, researchers, clinicians, patient representatives, ladies and gentlemen. It is my great pleasure to welcome you all to Prague for the International Clinical Trials Day 2026 conference, held this year under the inspiring theme, Stronger Together, Advanced Therapy Clinical Trials Without Borders. We are truly honored that this important international gathering is taking place here in the Czech Republic. Prague has long been a city of science, medicine, and international cooperation, and I believe it is a fitting place to discuss the future of clinical research in Europe and beyond. Allow me at the outset to thank ECRIN and CZECRIN for organizing this conference and for their long-standing commitment to advancing multinational clinical research. Their work demonstrates something fundamental, that no country, institution, or stakeholder can tackle today's healthcare challenges alone. Especially in the field of advanced therapies, cooperation across borders is not simply beneficial, it is essential. International Clinical Trials Day reminds us of the origins of evidence-based medicine. Nearly 280 years ago, James Lind conducted what is widely considered one of the first modern clinical trials. Since then, clinical research has transformed medicine and improved the lives of millions of patients around the world. Today, we stand at another pivotal moment in medical history. Advanced therapy medicinal products, gene therapies, cell therapies, tissue-engineered products offered unprecedented hope for patients with severe, rare, and previously untreatable diseases. These therapies are redefining what modern medicine can achieve. But they are also redefining the demands placed upon our research systems, regulatory frameworks, healthcare infrastructures, and international collaboration. Clinical trials are far more than a scientific process. They are a bridge between discovery and patient care. They allow patients earlier access to innovative treatments, often in situations where standard therapeutic options are limited or exhausted. They strengthen healthcare systems by generating robust evidence, improving quality of care, supporting evidence-based decision-making, and enabling more effective allocation of healthcare resources. Clinical trials are also a strategic investment into the future of our societies. They support scientific excellence, attract innovation, develop expertise, and contribute significantly to economic development. And Europe has a unique role to play in this field. Europe stands for high-quality science, strong ethical standards, highly specialized clinical centers, experienced investigators, and trusted regulatory systems. European clinical research is built on credibility, patient safety, transparency, and scientific rigor. These are enormous strengths. But let us also be honest. Europe faces growing global competition. Other regions of the world are moving quickly, investing heavily into infrastructure, digitalization, and flexible research ecosystems. If Europe wishes to maintain its leading position in clinical research, we must continue to adapt, modernize, and cooperate more effectively across borders. That is why today's theme, Stronger Together, is so timely. Because advanced therapy trials cannot succeed in isolation. They require collaboration between regulators, researchers, healthcare providers, industry, infrastructure networks, and, importantly, patients themselves. They require trust, interoperability, data sharing, harmonized processes, and the ability to work seamlessly across countries. In the Czech Republic, we are fully aware of these challenges and opportunities. As one of the European Union member states, we are actively working to strengthen our national ecosystem for clinical research and create an environment that is friendly, predictable, and efficient for conducting clinical trials, both commercial and academic. I'm pleased to say that we are currently finalizing our new national strategy for clinical trials in the Czech Republic through 2035. The strategy has been developed in close cooperation with all key stakeholders, including regulatory authorities, academic institutions, healthcare providers, patient organizations, industry representatives, and research infrastructures. Our ambition is clear: to build a high-quality, transparent, and sustainable clinical research ecosystem that accelerates patient access to innovation while strengthening scientific excellence and international competitiveness. We are also preparing the launch of a new national gateway website for clinical trials. This platform will serve sponsors, both commercial and non-commercial, healthcare providers, researchers, patients, and the wider public. We want clinical research in the Czech Republic to be more accessible, understandable, and connected. At the same time, we are systematically working to remove barriers and accelerate processes. This includes standardization of contractual templates, greater digitalization of administrative procedures, improved use of electronic health data, and support for modern approaches such as remote monitoring and decentralized clinical trials. These steps are essential if Europe is to remain globally competitive while maintaining the highest standards of quality and safety. We are also investing into research infrastructure and specialized capacities. Only recently, we celebrated the opening of the new Center of Excellence, CREATIC, at Masaryk University, an important milestone for the Czech Republic in this field of advanced therapies and translational medicine. CREATIC represents a unique environment where research, development, manufacturing, and clinical application of advanced therapies can come together with one common goal: bringing innovative treatment to patients faster and more effectively. I would like to congratulate Director Regina Demlova and her team again. I believe initiatives like CREATIC demonstrate that the Czech Republic has the ambition not only to provide high-quality healthcare, but also to actively contribute to the development of next-generation therapies. Ladies and gentlemen, one aspect of this conference that particularly pleases me is the strong presence of patients and patient organizations in today's program. This is extremely important. Patients are not merely subjects of clinical trials. They are partners. Their perspectives help us design studies that are more meaningful, more practical, and more responsive to real unmet needs. Their involvement improves recruitment, trust, communication, and ultimately the relevance of clinical research itself. The future of clinical trials must be therefore not only innovative and international, but also patient-centered. As we begin today's discussions, I hope this conference will help strengthen cooperation across Europe and beyond, inspire new partnerships, and contribute to practical solutions for the challenges we all face in advanced therapy clinical research. Because ultimately, the goal we all share is simple: to bring safe, effective, and innovative therapies to patients as quickly and responsibly as possible. And that goal can only be achieved if we work together. Thank you once again for coming to Prague. I wish you an inspiring and productive conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Minister, for your warm and insightful words. And now let me introduce another esteemed guest, this time from Minister of Education of the Czech Republic, from the Department of Science and Development. And it's Mr. Marek Vyšinka, who will deliver also a short welcome speech.
Ladies and gentlemen, allow me to invite you in Prague on behalf of Ministry of Education, Youth and Sports. I was asked to be short, so I will not bother you for a long time. Ministry of Education is proudly supporting ECRIN as a national large research infrastructure who allow scientists in this open access regime to use its infrastructure for clinical research. We are supporting ECRIN as a Czech national body who is paying for membership fee, and I'm very thankful to Minister Vojtěch for his very important remark. And now please enjoy your stay in Prague and enjoy your conference. Thank you.
Thank you very much for your brief yet very interesting speech. And ladies and gentlemen, an opening speech will be also delivered by esteemed Professor Jacques Demotes, Director General and founder of ECRIN. Today, he will outline the broader vision and objectives of ECRIN in supporting collaborative clinical research and improving multinational trial cooperations. Dear Professor, the stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you to all of you for being here and to participate in this conference, because it's not only a conference, it is a dialogue, and I really want to have a true dialogue, and especially during the last session. Thank you from the Minister Adam Vojtěch. I think the pronunciation is correct. For this excellent keynote speech. I think you describe exactly what is the state of the art of clinical research and of the ATMP research in Europe for the time being. So I will not spend a lot of time just to tell you that we had slides. No? Oh, no, sure, here are the slides. Yeah, that Yeah, we celebrate today the anniversary of the first clinical trial ever run by the Scottish naval surgeon James Lind in 1747. And this year, the topic is the reflection of the impact of policy on politics on science, because the topic is both the multinational clinical trials and the ATMP research. And you know that there were in 2004 two reports published by the Commission, the Draghi report and the Letta report, and both pointed to the need to boost the bioeconomy in Europe. And this resulted in the 2030 life science strategy in Europe with two flagship initiatives, one on ATMP and one on multinational clinical trials. So the topic of this conference is really at the center of this political strategy. Yeah, I must say that we are very happy to come back to Prague 10 years after, because in 2016 we organized already the International Clinical Trials Day conference in Prague, and it was about personalized medicine, so the topic was different, but most of the people were already here, so it's interesting to see this aspect. So I will not insist, because I don't have a lot of time, on the first clinical trial run by James Lind in 1747. But just to mention that this was the foundation of the methodology for clinical trial. Of course, there were some weaknesses in the methodology in terms of blinding, of randomization, and so on, and statistical analysis. But at the end of the day, this was the model used to compare different treatment options for the same disease area. And I just want to say that I perform a systematic review of the literature on James Lind, and I found this interesting article saying, you can see in the abstract, the line 4, 5, in this paper, we argue that the mafia arose as a response to an exogenous shock in the demand for oranges and lemon following Lind's discovery in the late 18th century that citrus fruits cured scurvy. So this is interesting, and this is supported by scientific evidence. For instance, here this map shows the correspondence between the cities where the mafia is present and where the lemons were produced in black, versus the city where the mafia is absent and where no lemons is produced in white. So there is a good correspondence, and this picture is not derived from a cell biology handbook, but just from this history book, saying that starting the Lind's discovery of the effect of lemon on scurvy, and after the weak rule of law during the revolution, the mafia was set up to protect and also probably to boost the marketing of lemon to the United States and to England. So this, I wanted to show this because, of course, there is an impact on politics on science, but there is also on the opposite side an impact on science on politics. And now we open the conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.